Grimlock is a classic character from the G1 toy line and has been made in many different iterations. There have been so many different versions of Grimlock that it's not even funny. But now we're going to take a look at this Grimlock here, and this is the Mechfanstoys Grimlock, or the Mechfans World. So welcome to the Titanium Hanger. We're going to talk about this guy, and we're going to talk about where he fits, and is he cool? Is he the best option? Are there better options? And we're going to get right into that, but first let's look at the box. Alright, so let's take a look at this packaging, and it did arrive kind of beat up. I don't like the packaging. It makes it look ultra cheap. Well, yeah, it was kind of cheap. This was $20 for a Transformer, and you're thinking, that's what we're getting. Here's the back of it. And the thing is that here's what the other one looked like that was the original. So the original set was more of a kind of a chromed, shinier, more toy-esque, I guess you could say. And then this is more cartoon-esque, but I like this packaging so much better. This looks like it's something that they would try to put on Walmart shelves. But yeah, this definitely is a better packaging. Okay, so this guy here is supposed to be kind of a G1 cartoon representation. Now, they've already come out with a version that was more of a toy-esque, had a kind of a metallic look to it, and I think I might prefer that one to this one, but this one still looks really good. And for the price point of $20, and then the other one was something between $35 and $45, so this is the budget version, and it's to have the figure, to have the mold, and have it in the budget. Well, it would work. Here he is next to the Power of the Primes version. And as you can see, he blows the Power of the Primes version out of the water, because this is an actual representation of what the cartoon Grimlock looked like. And I know that one of the things when it comes to Dinobots is how people, collectors, I think they put their Dinobots in Dino mode more than Robot mode. Now, I still do mine in Robot mode. That's how I display mine. Except for my G1. My G1's all in Dino mode. So he's going to fit right in. He's going to look really good. And can't wait for some G1 comparisons. So here he is next to the cheap $10 Dino Bot version that you get at the Dollar Tree and other various, like Family Dollar and other various places. And so, yes, twice as much, but I think it's 5 times better. This thing was not really that great, but it was. I still think that one does a better job than the Power of the Primes one. So this figure really does fit in best with the Power of the Primes. If you look at it, this mold is right in line with Power of the Primes figures, and it's a much better representation than having this guy. So I think that's really what I bought it for, was to fit in with that better than what this guy fits in. And I think it looks good. Now, I would have rather had the metallic show jump on the first one, but this, I like Toon, so I figured it'd be kind of fun. And then again, I do go with the Toon versions of Swoop every chance I get, so there it is. Here he is next to a G1 Grimlock, and it's really going to be hard to beat that beautiful G1 Grimlock shape. It nailed it, but this does represent the cartoon more. And of course, that's what we're doing with collecting, right? We're trying to get that Toon look. And it's obviously a whole new mold, so it's not. But yeah, it's right there, right size, fits well. Let's see how it looks with the rest of the G1 cast. He's definitely going to need to be the shiny chrome version to fit in with these guys better. But he is the right size, and he's going to be on my G1 shelf for sure. And I was kind of questionable whether I liked that yellow versus the chrome. I kind of like the chrome better, but it's growing on me the more I look at it. Alright, so let's go ahead and transform this guy. It has an interesting transformation. It still copies a little bit of the G1 to a point, but not completely. So just kind of break everything apart. Like most of these, turning them into their alt mode is the harder way to go in most cases. So, and in this case, that's true also. And the thing about this transformation is it's almost like it sort of didn't make sense at first. And you see they hide the head inside. But you gotta pop his actual head out first. Now, I always thought that these were going to be too small, like legend size. And so that's what really confused me. Get out there with your head. I usually don't even need a tool for assistance. That was kind of a pain. Okay, fold that up. Hands come out. And it's a pretty good looking bot for what he is, for a $20 chug figure. And you're getting pretty much a deluxe version. So that's kind of the same if you bought a, like, say, one of those Siege figures for $20. I think this is leaps and bounds better than a Siege figure. If they made a Siege Grimlock, it would not be this good. This is better than a Siege Grimlock. But if they made a Siege Grimlock, it would be probably Voyager size. Well, it couldn't be any bigger because they don't make anything bigger than Voyager size unless you go Commander class. But yeah, so this is definitely a good option. Now you look at the inside; it sort of cleans up on the inside there, and I think you're supposed to tuck this over or back, either way. But it cleans up okay on the inside of the legs. Posability, just all of the posability you would expect. It does have that sort of a ball socket joint right there, and you have the rotation there. So, I mean, just everything you'd expect out of modern figures in the Legends size. And then arm only goes out to there, but it's pretty much a ball joint. No, it's not a ball joint. It's front and back, side swivel. It works. And there's rotation at the elbow. Same on this side. But the one thing that I like is the fact that you hit the head, it has a cleaner back. So let's look at the back piece. So I don't know if you saw my collection video, but I pieced together my Transformers to get my G1 collection. And so this one's missing some stuff on the back because the back kibble is kind of annoying on G1 figures. So I keep one Transformer in robot mode that has the least amount of kibble because it's missing parts. But he's a good representation from the front, so you can see, and vastly superior to G1 in aesthetic. The only downside is just the way the transformation is. It just kind of looks hollow and junky right there. That's not the end of the world. It's just is what it is. Looks okay from the front and the sides and the back. So with this is definitely a stand-in in G1. He's a little bit taller than the G1 version, and I would actually, if I was going to pose it next to my G1 figures, which I am, I kind of want the other figures. I would want the first set of these. That's a great transition into accessories. You've got a sword and a gun. The other one came with more accessories, and so real quick, let's put these accessories in here. Sword and a gun. And let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison. Let's pop up the first version of this guy right here so that we can see the difference. And what you're going to look at is that this is it's all more metallic. That one's more metallic looking than this one here, because this was going for a cartoon aesthetic. And I know that this day and age, everyone's like, all the manufacturers give us toon look, and that's what everyone wants to go for. But when I'm collecting stuff to be in a G1 collection, I really want that shiny bling bling, as shiny as possible. Even, or not even chrome on the sword. So just kind of, well, I just need to slap me a label on this and call it a day. Now I wonder if I can get this to pop off. There is a spot in there for you to put a symbol, and I thought it's possible to pop this off. Yeah, you put your symbol in there. All right, so there he is all stickered up. Let's go ahead and put that piece back on somehow. It's got to line up with these two spots there. Slides right in. Now that makes it look a whole lot better. That makes it pop a bit, doesn't it? Now you have to be able to compare them to Swoop. Now this is the McFans, I don't know, Mechfanstoys, Mechfan's World. It's one of the boxes says Mechfan's World. This is the MF-25 Swooper, and I got it because Swoop's my favorite. Swoop is by far my favorite, and I've got the Fanstoy Swoop, and I've got the Giga coming in, and I'm gonna do like a Swoop montage of every Swoop I have and do a comparison of them. But there he is next to the, this is the other coloring and styling, and you see how shiny, I mean, it's not super shiny and super chromed, but it looks good. I mean, I like that kind of look, and I didn't, dummy me, I didn't even realize these were the same set, just repainted until I got it in, and I was like, oh wait, this is the same set, repainted and repackaged. Here he is next to G1 Swoop, and for the G1 Swoop was just too small, so I can understand that. So I can live with this difference if I have them posed together, but you know, the G1 Swoop was too small. I felt like this Swoop fits in even with the G1 figures better. This Swoop right here fits in even better with the G1s. Here he is next to a couple of actual G1s, and I think he looks good. Looks like a good fit. They look okay. Of course, the metallic look would have been better. But yeah, that's what he looks like. I mean, Swoop, of course, being so small. Karate chop. He's even small next to these other guys, so it's not that big of a deal to me. Here he is next to the best Grimlock they've made in a long time. And yeah, this guy's bling bling that Hasbro's made. Not saying these, but best Hasbro Grimlock. So definitely cleaner and more G1. And actually, if they would have upsized it a little bit more than this, and I think I heard this was like a knockoff of DX9's Warren Pocket and upscaled, so like the DX9 ones are actually smaller. Wow, I don't know for sure because I don't have any of the really legend stuff. I got a few. Just for fun, let's squeeze them in with the animated Grimlock also. Do I have a bit of a Grimlock fetish? Maybe. So anyway, in wrap up, he's got some decent articulation with ankle rockers and all that, and all of the leg articulation, and he should be on a spinner. But he looks good. Fits in with G1. Vastly spirited G1, and in my mind, blowing away what you're paying $20 for on a Siege figure. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Today we're hanging out.